Ever feel like your horse is always watching you? Those attentive eyes aren't just curiosity. There's a deeper reason behind their focus. Horses are incredibly observant, especially with their favorite humans. Today, we're diving into why your horse keeps checking on you and what it reveals about your bond. Stick around to uncover the surprising secrets behind this special connection. Reason 1. To greet their favorite human. Horses are social animals with remarkable memory and recognition skills. One of the sweetest reasons they check on you is simply to say hello. Have you noticed your horse lifting their head, pricking their ears, or even nickering when you arrive? That's not random. It's their way of greeting you, something they reserve for those they trust. Studies show horses can recognize individual humans for years, even after long separations. Research from the University of Sussex even found they can match familiar voices to faces, proving their memory is far more advanced than we once thought. What's even more touching? The longer you've been away, the more excited they might be to see you. Your horse doesn't just remember you, they miss you when you're gone. Reason 2. Seeking food or treats. Let's be honest. Horses are opportunistic eaters, and they quickly learn who brings the good stuff. When your horse checks on you, especially around feeding time, they may be wondering if you've brought something delicious. This food-seeking behavior goes beyond simple hunger. Horses have exceptional timing abilities and can often tell when it's feeding time with surprising accuracy. Studies have shown that horses can develop internal clocks so precise that they start showing anticipatory behaviors, like watching for you, up to an hour before their regular feeding time. What's particularly interesting is how horses will often check on specific people differently based on what those people typically provide. Have you noticed that your horse might watch you differently than they watch the farrier or veterinarian? This is because they've learned through experience what interactions with different humans typically mean. The person who regularly feeds them receives a different type of attention than someone who only comes for training sessions. Your horse might follow your movements more closely when you're near the feed room or when you're carrying a familiar treat bucket. Reason 3. Wanting attention or petting. Horses are much more socially complex than many people realize, and contrary to some beliefs, many genuinely enjoy human touch and attention. When your horse seeks you out or keeps an eye on what you're doing, they might simply be hoping for some quality time together. Research into equine behavior has shown that many horses experience a measurable decrease in heart rate and show signs of relaxation when being gently groomed or petted by a trusted human. This indicates that physical affection isn't just tolerated, it's actively enjoyed by many horses. What's fascinating is how horses will often position themselves to maximize the interaction they want. Have you noticed how your horse might align their body near the fence when they see you coming, presenting their favorite scratching spot? Or how they might gently nudge you with their muzzle when you stop petting them? These aren't random behaviors. They're sophisticated communication techniques your horse has developed specifically for you. Different horses have different preferences for the type of attention they enjoy. Some love a vigorous currycomb on their neck, while others prefer gentle strokes on their face. When your horse checks on you and then positions themselves in a way that invites touch, they're showing not only that they enjoy your company, but also that they trust you enough to be vulnerable. Reason 4. Checking for safety. Horses, as prey animals, rely on their ability to detect and react to danger. Even in domestic life, this instinct remains strong, influencing how they interact with trusted humans. When your horse keeps checking on you, especially in unfamiliar situations, they're often looking for safety cues. Horses are incredibly attuned to human body language and emotions, even detecting subtle changes in heart rate and tension. Research from the University of Guelph confirms that they use these signals to gauge potential threats. What's even more remarkable is that a horse who trusts you may override their natural flight instinct based on your reaction. If you stay calm in a startling situation, they might choose to remain calm too. This behavior highlights the deep trust horses place in their humans. Unlike with strangers, a horse will often rely on their owner's judgment over their own instincts, a true testament to the bond you share. Reason 5. Boredom or loneliness. Horses are highly social animals that evolved to live in herds, where constant interaction is the norm. In domestic settings, especially when horses are kept individually or with limited companions, they often incorporate their human caregivers into their social circle to fulfill their need for companionship. When your horse watches you intently or seeks you out, it might simply be because they're feeling lonely or bored. Studies on equine behavior have shown that horses kept in isolation often develop stronger attachments to their human handlers than those living in group settings. This is because you become an essential source of social interaction in their otherwise solitary environment. What many people don't realize is that horses in natural settings spend up to 16 hours a day grazing alongside herd members. This isn't just about eating, it's about being together. When your horse keeps checking on you while you're in the barn or around their enclosure, they might be trying to recreate that natural companionship experience. The signs of boredom or loneliness can be subtle. Your horse might perk up and watch your every move, position themselves by the gate whenever you're nearby, or even display behaviors like pawing or nickering to get your attention. These are all ways they're saying, "I'm bored and I'd like some company," specifically yours. Interestingly, horses seem to be able to differentiate between casual human presence and meaningful interaction. They might be perfectly content to simply have you nearby as you go about your barn chores, occasionally checking in with a glance or a soft exhale. This parallel activity, being together while each doing your own thing, closely mimics natural herd behavior. Reason 6. Health issues or discomfort. Horses are naturally stoic, an instinct that helps them avoid appearing vulnerable to predators. This means they often hide signs of pain or illness until it becomes severe. However, with trusted humans, they may subtly communicate when something isn't right. If your horse is unusually attentive or changes how they interact with you, they might be trying to signal discomfort. Research has documented cases where horses sought out their caretakers during colic or pain, almost as if asking for help. This is remarkable, as it goes against their instinct to hide weakness. These health-related signals can be subtle, standing closer, gentle nudging, or positioning a sore area near you. Some may even guide their human toward the source of discomfort through body language. Horse owners who spend the most time with their animals often notice these small shifts before clinical symptoms appear. Being attuned to your horse's normal behavior can help you recognize early warning signs, ensuring they get care before an issue worsens. Reason 7. Training and routine expectations. Horses thrive on routine and predictability. Their natural instincts have evolved to follow regular patterns of grazing, resting, and moving, making them incredibly sensitive to established schedules. When your horse keeps checking on you, they might be anticipating what comes next in your shared routine. Equine cognitive research has shown that horses have excellent associative memory, particularly for sequences of events. Once a pattern is established, they not only remember it, but actively anticipate each step. This is why your horse might watch you intently as you approach the tack room. They're expecting the familiar sequence that leads to your riding time together. What's particularly interesting about this behavior is how specific it can be. Your horse might check on you differently depending on the time of day or what you're wearing. Many riders report that their horses show different behavior when they arrive wearing riding boots versus regular shoes, demonstrating sophisticated associative learning. These routine expectations aren't limited to riding activities. Your horse might watch you carefully during feeding preparations, turnout time, or even when you typically bring out grooming supplies. Each of these patterns becomes encoded in your horse's memory, linked specifically to you and your interactions. This routine-based checking also explains why horses sometimes seem confused or display searching behavior when you break from the usual pattern. If you normally ride at a certain time, but instead just come to visit, your horse might keep looking at you or toward the tack room, essentially asking, "Aren't we doing our usual thing?" Reason 8. Natural curiosity. Horses are naturally curious, an instinct that has helped them survive for millions of years. In the wild, staying aware of changes in their environment helps them assess potential threats and resources. This curiosity extends to their human companions, which is why your horse may keep a close watch on your activities. Studies on equine cognition show that horses are especially drawn to new objects and behaviors. If you're using an unfamiliar tool, wearing something different, or doing an unusual task, your horse will likely take notice. But their curiosity isn't random. It's often focused on their favorite humans. Ever had your horse sniff your new jacket, watch closely as you fix something, or follow your every move? That's their way of assessing changes in their social environment. Horses with a strong bond to their humans are more likely to investigate rather than spook, using you as a safety reference while they explore. This inquisitiveness even explains why some horses seem to eavesdrop on conversations or watch activities that don't involve them. Just like in a wild herd, they're constantly gathering information. Only now, their herd includes you. Reason 9. Showing affection. One of the most heartwarming reasons your horse keeps checking on you is simply because they've grown fond of you. While horses express emotions differently than humans or dogs, studies show they form genuine bonds with specific people. Research measuring stress hormones in horses reveals that they relax around humans they trust. Heart rates slow, muscles loosen, and their eyes soften. When your horse seeks you out without expecting food or scratches, it's a choice, not a request. Many owners notice their horses standing nearby just to share space, a behavior that mimics herd bonding. Gentle nickers, soft breathing, and keeping you in sight are all quiet signs of affection. Even neuroscience supports this connection. Horses release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, during positive interactions, just like we do. Reason 10. Maintaining social bonds. The final and perhaps most profound reason why your horse keeps checking on you relates to their fundamental nature as herd animals. Horses have evolved over millions of years to form complex social structures, where maintaining relationships is crucial for both survival and emotional well-being. In natural horse society, herd members constantly engage in subtle interactions that reinforce their social bonds. These include mutual grooming, standing together at rest, and maintaining awareness of each other's positions and activities. When your horse keeps track of your movements and checks in with you, they're essentially treating you as an important member of their herd. Research in equine social behavior has revealed that horses develop specific relationships with individual herd members, creating what scientists call preferred associates. These special relationships involve more frequent interactions, closer proximity, and higher levels of trust. Many horses incorporate their favorite humans into this category of preferred associates. What's particularly fascinating about this behavior is how it adapts natural herd dynamics to include cross-species relationships. Horses will often use the same subtle communication signals with trusted humans that they use with other horses. Signals like the soft exhale of greeting, the gentle request for mutual grooming, or the quiet alertness that keeps track of important herd members. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about horses, please hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to tell us some of the reasons your horses keep checking on you in the comments below.